Yes, sorry. So. Yo,
Hello,
what up?
I'm back for another PR. That's what's up.
Very
I can't
unexpected.
believe everyone dipped. That's so funny.
I mean, Chickadee got double booked. He's recording a Soul Link, I believe, and Sword is just not reacting at all.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's the deal. So we're already live. So I am sending everything in. Oh,
Alright. You mind if I just go pee real quick?
yeah, sure, go ahead.
Alright.
Okay. That's not the right thing. Um, So, if I'm correct, everyone can start coming in. Showing private things to people. No camera, not camera. Share screen. Share. And okay, cool. Let's go into here. Hey Nudgy. Currently no one online. So cool. Even though Nudgy clearly has said something in this chat, so. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that should be good. All teams are already in there, so that's cool. So yeah, let's give people some chance to join up. And of course we wait for my co-host to come back from the toilet. Because
I'm back.
there we go. Also, I already said let's wait for the co-host to come back from the toilet.
Okay.
Just throwing you under the bus.
Speedy with it.
So yeah, I suggest we wait a couple of minutes just so people can start coming in.
Okay.
Enter the stream, and Nudgy is awesome, but I would love to have a couple of more people in, of course. Showing private conversations, which is always nice. That's all good. And nothing has happened in here. Yay. Yeah, let's just wait to 15 past 11 to start it off. Oh wait,
I'll just keep writing my script then.
yeah, go ahead. I'll start off some nice music. Let's see. This one. And this one. Maybe this one as well. Bit of relaxing music already. 3 already. I just can't see names, of course. Oh, I've got a plan. Something that worked last time for a bit more speed. Let's connect this into here. There we go. And it's healthy. There we go. And another warning, of course, because why would it stay stable? Not sure how this works. Go live. I'm already live. Ooh, second one popped in. How nice. There we go. Think that should be clear enough, at least.
Sure, I just realized I'm quiet. I'm super locked in.
Oh, no worries. I want to start in like 3 minutes, if you don't mind.
Alright, that's good.
So I think, yeah, let's just start because it's 1:15. So if you're cool with it,
It's been quite some time.
yeah, it's already 11:15. So
Yeah.
let's do this. Hello everyone in stream, and hello everyone watching this back afterwards. Yeah, welcome to the Damn, I can't think right now. Power rankings for the Slowking division. And I am joined here with my, well, almost regular co-host right now, Mr. Cheeseburger himself.
I'm back again. I know you've missed me, but I'm back.
I mean, we did make a great team last power ranking, so I'm sure everyone's happy to hear you back here again.
Of course.
So, like last Monday, we are going to make all the rankings, like title contender, ensure playoffs, playoffs, contender, hard times, and garbage. And so dark. There we go. So, yeah, let's start, I'd say. And we start off with the first coach, SFJ coach of the Seattle Screamtails. We start off with a team of Iron Valiant, King Gambit, Gouging Fire, Sandy Shocks, Mega Slowbro, Porygon 2, Delmice, Jan Mega, Muck, and Morgram. So, would you like the honors of starting?
I can start again, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this team is tough, honestly. Like, just from the look of the mons, it looks pretty good. But I'm seeing the same problem as the team we saw last time, with the only steel being King Gambit, so you have no real steel type. And it's also kind of top heavy with the first 3. And I guess 4 if you... Sandy Shock's in mid tier. But it's kind of top heavy. And the low tiers, I mean, they're alright. Like, I don't like Delmice, I like Young Mega, Muck is the GOAT. I think you've picked some good lower tiers for to complement the top tiers.
Yeah, for sure. Something I see immediately in this team is nothing really speedy. I mean, Valiant with 116 is pretty fast, but nothing like very top tier speed. And the drop from Gouging Fire to Morgram is pretty big. So speed wise, could be better. Definitely. It does have some very hard hitting
Yeah, the
mons.
speed tiers are the best.
Yeah, for sure. Not
But,
that
like,
much
you can
hazards.
You wanna go first? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
talking over each other.
not a lot of hazards. I mean, 2 rockers, 1 spike, 1 toxic spike. I would like to see another rocker, because King Gambit is not really a hazard setter, I believe. And
Sure.
removal, just a defogger and a spinner. I mean, Delmice is a great spinner, because it can also spin block by itself. So in my experience with Delmice, I really like it as a spinner. But I would like to see another one, just because Delmice doesn't have the best matchup every week. So that was what I was going to say.
Yeah, I agree. And also, back to like the speed, I mean, like, how many? 3 of your mons can run booster? Young Mega can speed boost, but still the drop between Gouging Fire and Morgram is pretty big, so I have nothing to cover like anything over 70 and like under 90. Those can just run like plus attack natures. But
Yeah.
I guess you can kind of lean into like the trick room bit, like Slowbro can get and P2. But like, I mean, I kind of see it honestly, but I still think you should have some speed tiers in between that. And I see a lot of red on your weaknesses also. Having 1 fair resistant Muck that can kind of just be destroyed with no Terra. Is it a Terra Captain? Muck? Or...
Ooh, damn, I forgot to put those in. We'll have a look. There we go.
But,
And
like, it just gets destroyed with that ground move.
no,
if
it's
not
the
a
Jan
Terra
Mega.
Captain.
Jan Mega is the Terra Captain. And Muck is the Z captain.
Oh, that's a good one. Alright. I mean, with Z, Muck is kinda, if you wanted to use him offensively with the Z, kinda missing out on the defense, which then you have no real fair resist. And I guess kind of screens help out with that, but Morgrim kinda sucks, so...
I mean, screen resist on Morgrim is great, but I think it lacks the defensive stats to really be and a screen setter and be able to take the fairy type hits because it's already weak to fairy, so...
Yeah, I think you're going to be relying on Slowbro for taking most of the hits on this team. Also P2, I think Slowbro and P2 are going to be taking most of the hits on this team.
Yeah, and looking on the special side, defensively, only the Muck with 100, P2 95 gets boosted, but nothing like a real... Yeah, P2 is a decent special wall, but with the Muck, but it's nothing like that great of a wall, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Slowbro can't hold AV.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And P2 being able to get knocked off is really tough if it's your special wall because it's losing a lot of viability when knocked off. So I can see this team have a lot.
Gets knocked off.
Yeah. So I think this team will have a lot of hard times against special attacking mons, honestly. So looking at where we could place it, I would say playoff contender, honestly. I can see.
I mean, if we had a tier, I would put it between hard times and playoffs, but we don't have one, so I would just put it like at the bottom of playoffs contender.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we've got some good offensive pressure.
Yes, so especially the physical offense is just brutal on this team. King Gambit, Valiant, Delmise, Gouging Fire. I mean, those hit hard.
You can't underestimate Sandy Shocks and Yamaga. Those two are low-key goated.
Yeah, so...
Sandy Shocks, it cook.
Yeah, Sandy Shocks is a decent mon, honestly. Can be a great hazard setter, but also offensively can hit pretty hard. So, yeah, Sandy Shocks is a great mid-tier mon to pick up, honestly. So, yeah, playoff contender is, I feel like, a fair place to put them. So, going to the second team, we go to the Soviet Onion, coach of the Celtic Celebies, with Mega Alakazam, Tapu Lele, Kyurem, Infernape, Whimsicott, Vaporeon, Bishop, Crobat, Cinccino. Cinccino being the Terra captain with normal fire and ground Terra, and no Z captain because everything is too expensive for that. So,
that's tough.
Yeah. Looking at this team, first thing I usually look at is the speed tier, and Magazam is just incredible speedy. So combined with Crobat, you have some top tier speed tiers. Whimsicott, Cinccino, Infernape all above 195, Lele and Kyurem. Speed tiers look very good, honestly. Very fast team, very hard to outspeed.
The are goated.
Yeah, for sure. Offensively,
this guy got 2 of my mons. He just got me. What the hell?
He looked at you and was like, "Yeah, I need that. I need this team."
Yeah, and I was also thinking about the Mega Zen Lele core. Because like the Psychic and the Psychic Surges are going crazy, and like Zen does get expanding force, so that should just...
Oh, that's nasty.
But yeah, I decided not to pick it up.
And Psychic Surge does make sure you can't get hit by a Sucker Punch, and good luck outspeeding 150 Megazam, honestly. So...
Oh, I should have gotten Lele, I'm trolling.
You can always get a, whatchamacallit, Indeedee. I mean, that's...
No, I ain't getting no Indeedee.
But looking at this team further...
That's a fraud, man. That's a...
Oh, for sure. Kyurem, great offensive tool. Can either be physical or special. So, great to have that. in between space that you never know if it's going to be a physical or special hitter, just like the Infernape. Cinccino as a Terra Captain I really like, because it has so many opportunity of possibilities. It can be a Skill Link Scarfed set, it can be a Technician Loaded Dice set. I believe it even gets Tidy Up for setup. So honestly, I think Cinccino might be one of the better Terra Captains we have to offer in this league. So kudos on picking that up. Now, on the downside, I see just no hazards almost. Bisharp and Infernape are the only two mons that are able to set up hazards.
Yeah, I mean, Bisharp is going to be on Stealth Rock duty, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, because there's no way you're going to run Infernape with rocks every week. Maybe once or twice, but not that much.
Mm.
And
yeah, like a mix.
Yeah,
Or something, I don't know.
it can be, but only two defoggers as well. I mean, that's tough.
He also gets Tidy Up, I guess, to remove hazards.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But yeah,
But still, no spinner is kind of tough.
yeah, for sure. Also, no ghost type to block spin, I've noticed.
Hazards are not getting up on this team.
Yeah, for sure. And I think
Oh my God.
he will have a hard time removing hazards as well. I mean, Crobat takes a lot of damage from Stealth Rocks. So, yeah.
You're gonna be running Boots, or you're gonna use Whimsicott, which is super frail. And I mean, I don't think Whimsicott's greatest role is a remover. I think it was disrupt more than remove and support the team.
For sure.
In that matter, But gets a lot of knockoff users, I guess.
Yes, he does.
So
5.
minus point for Bisharp, because I hate that guy. I used him, and he's so bad. I hate Bisharp. He sucks so much ass. He's so bad.
I mean, on paper, Bisharp
yeah,
is...
also no real steel type.
Yeah.
King Gambit moment, or the King Gambit problem. Dark steel type, not a real steel type, because you don't resist fairy.
Yeah, he still has Crobat
And
as
also
a
if
fairy
you
resist.
light- I mean, yeah, but like Crobat is low-key kind of frail.
80 defenses, 85 HP. Could be worse. I
If
mean,
you're not running boosts, you're already at like 75% though.
yeah,
If
that's
they
a
have
fair
rocks
point.
up. And you're not removing him with that Whimsicott.
Just
I think
reading.
you're running boots on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patty makes a good point. I think
Yeah.
hazards would have done wonders here because like it makes it easier for Zam and Lele to pick up kills.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, looking at where to place him, I say it's better than the Screamtails, but still in play of contender for me.
That's it. Yeah, still the same tier.
I mean, the offensive part of this team is great. The Lele and Megazam works very well together. But they're gonna have a hard time removing steel types. And Infernape...
Kieran can kind of remove steel types with Crown. So can Infernape.
Yeah, okay, but Earth Power on Kyurem, I can see it, but I mean, one Shuka and the Steel type. Okay, I wait.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh no, it's lagging.
Oh, again?
I can hear you now, yeah?
Okay, so the point I was making, Kyurem against a Steel type, yeah, sure, Earth Power, but
Yeah.
if it has a Shuka Berry, that Kyurem is cooked.
I mean, Infernape is gonna do most of the removing of this.
Yeah, fair, but I don't know. I feel like Steel types against this team do pretty well, honestly. But hey, that's me. Shall we just continue? Because time.
No, this is alright.
Yeah, it's alright. Gotta give you that.
Yes.
So, third team is Cavern, coach of the Detroit Reverworms. Spoiler alert, he picked up a logo from someone else and used it as his own. So, Cavern expect to be copyright claimed by, I believe it's Sword of Blue Thunder, so. And Cavern went with the same route he went last season. He went for a rain team.
Just take the logo.
Yeah, for sure. So he went for a full rain team again, just like last season, with Archeludon, Zapdos, Pelipper, Hisuian, Quillfish, Scizor, Floatzel, Mega Swampert, Decidueye, Hisui, Arboliva, and Screamtail. The Floatzel being the Terra Captain with Water, Grass, and Fairy. Arboliva being the Z Captain. So,
Was he a Weedle? Because like not picking up Zapdos round 1 is kind of dangerous.
he was third.
Isn't it?
He was third in the draft,
okay.
so he picked up Arch first and Zapdos second.
Alright.
So, yeah, looking at this as a rain team, yeah, it is a decent rain team at that, I believe. Yeah, Speed Tear is not really that interesting.
All you need, are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, Scizor is...
What's slow is slow, and what's fast is fast.
Nah, Mega Swampert is pretty slow, but with rain it's fast, so...
I mean, it's gonna fucking rain up all the time, so...
Oh yeah, for sure. And yeah, I love Scizor in a rain team, being very well protected by the rain. Same goes for the Decidueye and the Arboliva. So...
Sure, I like the grass types on the rain team.
And yeah, honestly, I really like this team as a whole. I've navigated it myself in the Burnt Tower Draft League with Arch, Zebdon, Pelipper, Overquill, and yeah, those four I had in my team. With
I remember I beat you.
oh yeah, that's right. With Basculegion, but Barraskewda instead of Floatzel. I think Barraskewda was a better pick than Floatzel, honestly, but that's just my personal opinion, honestly. So, but yeah,
Yeah, I got one.
I mean, I really like the team. I have not much to say about it.
It's whispering in my ear that my mic is at 1%.
Ooh. How does he know?
You think they might hear?
Ah. Well, I couldn't hear it, but yeah, if you
Kermit in the chat is saying I'm kind of quiet.
yeah, so Paddy makes a good point. It's pretty one-dimensional and easy to prep for. Yeah, I agree with that. If with a rain team you pretty much know that it's coming, and the big difference between this team and my team from the Burnt Tower Draft League was that I had a Sneasler and Indeedee, so I could always went that route for going into a battle. So
Your team was low-key kind of scary.
So yeah, I mean, this team is just basically only running rain, I guess, and yeah, I don't see any.
It's very just rain focused. It's like
Yeah.
you have one mode and one mode only. You run rain or rain, and I guess you have like screen tail if you want to run screens. Or like you could just run both if you want.
Yeah, but still, I mean, bring a Slowking for the chili reception or a Draldman or whatever, and yeah, you're gonna have a hard time. So not having
Yeah, I guess you're just gonna play around it then.
I mean, yeah.
Feel good about that.
So looking at this team, I definitely put it in an assured playoff spot. But because it only has one mode, I feel like I can't put it in title contender. What do you think?
For sure, yeah. I mean, I see it. I agree.
I mean, having if it had another mode like a Sneasler mode or something, it would have been top tier, but for sure. And
Yeah.
Loki,
And also the Arboliva, giving the Archild on grassy terrain for recovery.
I
Very
mean,
good.
that's good. Yeah, but this is a hard one.
Archild might stick around. I mean, I just put in like contender.
Yeah, for sure. We can
Not
always.
contender, I mean, ensure.
I mean, we can always change it up later if we want to. So, yeah, let's go on to 707's
Yeah,
team.
the power.
Yeah, for sure. The Morlul. What was it? Morlul? Morristown Morlul. That's it.
Don't ask me, I'm not in this division.
He has a Coco, a Melmetal, Latias, Gliscor, Milotic, Megabeedrill, Hunchcrow, Ditto, Lickitung, and Klinklang. Honestly, this team has some great physical offensive power with the Megabeedrill. I really love that as a mon because it's very fast. I mean, there's barely anything that can outspeed it without a scarf. And adaptability U-turns are just insane to deal with, honestly. The Coco, not really seeing. I'm not seeing anything that.
I mean, it's just gonna hit for big old damage.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the great thing about Beedrill. It just does damage, and with U-turn, it can switch out and can sit in the back, wait for a moment to come in again, and do another big chunk of damage. Only thing
If it gets hit by a gust of wind, it dies.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
And also
base
the-
40 defense.
Since it's a mega.
Yeah. First thing I noticed about this team, there's nothing really synergizing with the Coco. I feel like. I mean, plus and minus don't really work with electric terrain, I believe.
I mean, does Coco really need synergy?
I mean,
They don't
sure,
anyway. Like,
sure, it doesn't really need it, but
Coco's just good on his own anyway.
yeah, okay, but still, it's if you pick Coco
I mean,
round.
it would be nice, but
I mean, if you pick Coco round 1, I mean, you still have an entire draft board open, and just picking something to really synergize with Coco would be very easy. So, I mean, I have done it, so clearly I would do it, but yeah, I'm just a bit surprised that he didn't, honestly. And looking at his speed tier, that gap
also I
between.
agree. Klinklang is cheese. It's cheese. Like, Klinklang is dog.
I mean, 85 per def. I mean, it's a steel type.
Don't make a case for it. It's shit. It's shite.
I mean, shift gear and
You
autotomize.
see its move book is like Thunder Wave and maybe Flash Cannon. I don't even think it does.
Yeah, you don't want to run
That's not
special,
real.
I guess. So,
It's not. It's not real.
and looking at his speed steers, that gap between Cocoladias is kind of rough. And between Hunchcrow Ditto, yeah, I mean, it's not a big part of speed tearing. I mean, you really don't have to have a speed tear there because normally around that speed tiers you're gonna run even more defensively. So I wouldn't bat an eye about that, but the Coco Latias and Latias Gliscor is kind of dodgy, I think.
Holy, I just realized how much fucking defog he has.
For sure. I mean, 5
He
months.
does not like the fog. Holy.
I mean, run into a competitive or Defiant Mon and you're kind of
Still
cooked.
no spinner though.
Yeah. So, and not that much hazards. I mean, you have Gliscor, but that's it. And only Gliscor,
Glasgow kind of gets them up though. He kind of got it.
for sure. Andrew agrees with you that Klink is kind of cheek.
I mean, I think. Yeah, of course. Because he is.
And shout out to Hunch, you're stinky as well.
You got a hater in the chat, bro.
I mean, it's kind of fitting that he comes in on the team with a Hunch Grow. Kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, offensively, I think this
that is
team.
quite funny, actually. And also, Ditto and Cheese. This team is like kind of aight, actually.
I mean,
Taking a second look, it's kind of good. I mean, Lickitung with Eviolite can be kind of bulky. I see it. I see the vision. But
yeah.
Dog, he's not a real mon. But the rest of them are kind of nice. I don't know if Honchkrow gets like good moves in that X, but I think it could be.
Not
nice.
sure though. Yeah, I mean, Ditto can always cheese a game, honestly, because Imposter and gaining the stat boost is just broken, honestly. Yeah, on the physical side, this team is just awesome. I mean, take a look at this. Beatroll 150, Melmetal 143, Hunchgrow 125, Coco 115, and even Fort Klinklang has 100, so... I mean, the physical side is very great. Special side, though... Ladias, Milotic. I mean, you don't want to run special Hunchgrow, I guess.
The specials better not cook.
I mean... Honestly, I see some good things in this team.
Does Honch get like good attack stats? What the hell?
I mean, it does get good attack stats, it's just pretty slow for them.
Legit didn't know that.
I mean, 71 speed for that attack stat is pretty hard to navigate, I think. So that's...
I guess. Dude, you've been on this team for quite a while now.
Sorry? Yeah, now you started lagging for me,
You've
I
been
guess.
on this team for quite a while now.
Yeah.
You've been just like sitting on it.
So, I think I'm gonna put this at hard times. I can see the good parts of this team, the Coco, Melmetal, Mega Beedrill just being very great in an offensive team. Decent defensive pieces with Milotic Gliscor. But there are things I don't really like about this team, like the Klinklang. And, I mean, Hunchgrow can be decent, but not a big fan of it. So, I think this team will have hard times, honestly.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with your decision. I mean, hard time seems alright. Yeah.
Maybe if they
I'm
can...
gonna step in on this.
I think if they can make that offense work, they're playoff contenders, but I think it's gonna be hard for them, so... Yeah, hard times is, I think, the best fit. Next up are the Chicago Bulls, coached by Hunch. Champo, Great Tusk, Slowbro, Corviknight, Raging Bolt, Dashbun, Emberpalm, Torkoal, Venusaur, Archeops. I think we can be pretty quick about this and put this in garbage, because... I mean, there's nothing going for this team, honestly.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah. There's just
No,
nothing
no,
for
we
the.
just said that.
Hmm? Do you disagree? I mean,
I mean, I see it's pretty garbage. It's pretty trash.
I mean, who wants
No,
a
no,
Corviknight?
I agree.
Who wants Corviknight for real? Corviknight is not a real mon. I mean, Champo more like Champ Fraud.
The Corviknight's fake. All these fun. All these ones are fake. Oh.
So yeah, garbage. Move on.
Not that great.
So, Great Tusk more like Great, but got him. Now, for real, this team looks pretty fun to use, honestly. The synergy with Torkoal, Great Tusk, Raging Bolt looks great. Venusaur with Chlorophyll, by the way. So yeah, that's great synergy. Champo as a physical breaker, can even be a sweeper. Defensive mons like the Corviknight, the Slowbro, and the Dachshund are great. Things I'm missing on this team is something of a special wall, because Venusaur can fulfill that role, but yeah, not much options beside that. I mean, AV Bolt is something you see a lot, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, something's gonna run AV every week.
yeah.
That's
So-
what they can go about it.
I think that's the downside of this team, just not having any special bulk, honestly. I mean, special attack
Yeah.
is very good, at least half decent. A physical attack is great. What were his Terra captains? Oh yeah, the Venusaur, great Terra cat types, poison, ground, fire. The Archeops is great because of that speed stat of 110. Yeah. I think we have a
think this
first.
team is- I think we have a top spot contender or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I think this is a top contender
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I see it like a slight weakness to rock, and like if you want to remove Retarkle, you're gonna take the damage because you're most likely running the whatever the rock is called, the heat rock. And if you're running boots, the sun doesn't last enough, so you're either relying on Corv to like defog every week, and that can just like kind of get like predictable, or your Torkoal gets chipped, or you have no sun.
Yeah, and I just don't see anything that could heal up the Torkoal reliably. So, I mean, Dachshund is a wish passer, but with 57 base HP, won't be doing all that much. So, yeah, I mean, you're gonna be reliant on Tusk for spin and Corviknight for defog, because Archeops is not a real defogger. So,
For sure.
I mean, those are the only two weaknesses I can see in this team, honestly, because, yeah, like I said, the rest looks pretty damn threatening to me.
I agree. I mean, I think we just put in like top tier and move on.
I already did, so we can move on, I think.
Great.
So, next up is Chickadee, coach of the Indonesian Infernapes. He has drafted a Dragapult, Mega Mawile, Tinglu, Tornadus Therian, Politoed, Kabutops, Thunderous Therian, Roserade, and Poliwrath.
Who's my favorite team yet?
I can see why, because this, I feel like, is a better rain team than Caverns for some reason. And I think that's mainly because he has multiple options of sets he can use. He isn't really stuck at using only rain. He has a Dragapult that can operate outside of rain. Mega Mawile can operate outside of rain. Thorn is good in rain but doesn't need it per se. Same goes for Thundy. And yeah, Roserade being protected by rain is nice, but again, doesn't have to get protected by rain every week. So, yeah. In that case,
Yeah, I like it. I like it leans more into just like a normal team, and then kind of has rain as like a backup mode if it wants.
yeah,
It's less focused on rain team than like, oh, I guess I could run rain if you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, you could also get hazards up with the Tinglu very easily. I think they just go up no problem, since Tinglu is kind of broken.
I mean, Tinglu is a great mon, honestly. I really love that thing. And yeah, removal wise,
Set up hazards with a bunch of other ones.
I mean, Roserade can set up spikes. Kabutops can get up rocks. So yeah, only thing.
The removal on this team
Yeah, kind of as that's what.
troublesome.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Kabutops as a spinner is maybe. Yeah, meh, I guess.
mean, it's kind of bulky. It's like alright. And with Terra, I can get some good results.
Oh, for sure. But mainly Thunderous running Defog, I can see that happening. It's way too offensive to run Defog, in my opinion.
I mean, you could. Yeah, and if you're running like AV Torn, you just can't use Defog, so.
Yeah, so. Hazard removal wise, I think this team is kind of weak. But everything else, offensively, this team has a lot of options. Defensively, Tinglu, Politoad. Are you two go-to mons for defense? But
Oh, me, he's kind of weak to ice.
yeah, it's either it can take it or it can't. So pretty funny, honestly. And yeah, I think it also lacks a bit of defense because yeah, you can run AV Torn, but yeah, I mean Tinglu is a decent wall.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of
Politoad is a decent wall, but so I would put this in top of ensure playoffs for now. And before the Team of Cavern.
Sure, go for it.
Because I do think it lacks too much Pedef and hazard removal to be a top team for sure.
Did you say anything? I've been kind of quiet. I was zoned out.
No, I'm reading the comments of the live stream for now.
Okay.
So Paddy, this team is going to be very good at keeping up momentum, for sure. So, yeah, Hans said he did a good job, and I agree. But again, the lack of defensive options is too apparent for me. So yeah, let's keep it at high for sure playoffs. Next up is Paddy himself, our local drunken Irish guy. He got a Palafin, Iron Threads, Latios, Overquill, the Dunsparce, Kilowattrel, Chandelure, Aromatisse, Megalopony, and Beautyfly.
I want to change that Palafin to Hero Fun.
I definitely will. My girlfriend is coming down and says she can't hear anything during the live stream. So, not sure what that's about.
Kind of like it.
Let's have a look at why. Because I should be sending out sound. Not sure what that's about, but I think...
Yeah.
Is anyone
I
else
mean, it's
having...
kind of laggy right now. I don't know.
Kinda laggy? Is anyone in chat having trouble with the sound? Can I have a look?
Hello? We've lost you.
So, you can't hear me as well?
I can hear you now.
Okay, great. I'm not sure if anyone else on YouTube can hear me, but...
I can check.
Iemand zegt ook al.
I can hear you on YouTube.
Also on his
Okay.
mic is 100%.
So I guess my girlfriend is the only one having a hard time hearing that, I guess.
I don't know. Sorry.
All good on my end. I had moments where the sound went off and on. Okay. Yeah, that could be my connection, but... Okay. Can I have a look? Okay, that's...
Sure, it's laggy around here.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure why this is showing right now. Oh, wait. Because it's not live. Yeah, I think we can just continue and see what happens, because... Yeah.
Right, trial and error.
Yeah, for
Let's
sure.
just keep going.
So, Paddy's team. Pelican Hero, Iron Threads, Latios, Overquill, the Dunsparce, Kilowattrel, Chandelure, Aromatisse, Megalopony, Beautifly. The Dunsparce being the Terra Captain with normal, fairy and water, and a Z Captain, Beautifly. Do you want to start hating on Aromatisse, or...
He's my beloved. He's back. I love
I mean...
I love Aromatisse.
You had a pretty strong opinion on Monday, so I thought I'd give you some space to start ranting about it. So go ahead. What do you think about Aromatisse?
I think Aromatisse is great. I mean, Pure Fairy is honestly an underrated typing. I think the bulk is better than you might think. Slap an AV, nothing that, like, if that doesn't type anything special, doesn't get Wish, or if it's AV, that's bad. Doesn't get Rocks, but it gets Encore and some, like, other good shit. This thing's great. Aromatisse, underrated fairy. I think you should pick it up every single time.
So I guess someone learned its lesson. And what do you think about the rest of the team?
I think it's like a rain team without rain. You got the Paladin, Overgrown, and Kilowattrel, but like, where's the developer? I mean, nah, I'm joking. I think it's kind of alright. You've got some huge offensive pressure with Paladin, Latios, and Megalop. And I guess Kilowattrel can also do something, but I don't like that mon, so I'm gonna keep hating. You got some good hazards with Treads and the Dunsparce. I think Treads just gets them up every game, no problem. And Overcook can get spikes. And T-spikes, which, like, if they don't have a grounded poison on the opposing team, kind of just poisons everything. Like, the removal is good in Treads, and Latias could run Defog, but the removal options are kind of limited. And the Volt turn options on this team are also very good.
And don't forget 2 flip turners with the Pelifin and the Latios. So a lot of momentum for this team. I mean...
Yeah, you can switch out easily for free.
Only thing I don't really like is... Nothing is clearly bulky on this team. Iron Threads has a high defense. And Latios has a okay special defense. But nothing that's like, I'm a bulky Pokemon.
Except for Aromatisse. You bulky.
So, yeah, I mean, offensively this team looks pretty awesome, honestly. yeah, a lot of offensive pressure. The Dunsworth bars being able to run both physical and special sets is great. Chandelure is a great breaker. Palafin and Threats are great offensive pieces. Ladio's decent offensive piece. Every time I battled against the Ladios, it didn't do all that much, so I'm normally not that scared for it, but
I think Ladios is also kind of fraud.
yeah.
Like that one.
I mean,
Oh, I just found out Beautifly gets Quiver Dance. And 100. Whoa, can I speak? 100 special attack?
I mean, yeah.
Kinda crazy. Hold on.
I mean,
Morning said this mon might be goated. I'm a Beautifly stand now.
nah, I mean, for the,
Aromatisse and Beautifly, and the number one goat.
I mean, for the amounts of points, Beautifly is pretty decent, honestly. But yeah, you can maybe bring it one game to really do something, and after that, it's not gonna do all that much, I guess. I mean, you can switch it into
Your opponent has to be like bug and flying weak.
yeah.
Like somehow.
So like a decent rock type will just kill it.
For it to justify to bring it.
Yeah. So honestly, looking at the tier list, I don't think it's a title contender. But somewhere in the middle of ensured playoffs, I feel like it's a decent goal. I mean, again, the lack of bulk on this
I
team
agree.
and just one really good hazard removal mon just bring this team a bit downwards, honestly. But that's my opinion.
Yeah. And I guess Overcook also gets like Intimidate. But like I only help
Yeah, it only helps with the physical attackers, so
I can't speak. I'm very dead.
it's already late. So yeah, I get it. But yeah, Overquill with Intimidate.
I think we're also sleeping on Megalop. I think that mon is very good.
If you can use it correctly, it is a great mon, but in my MMC season, I couldn't use it correctly and it only got one kill, so I think that's mainly skill issues on my part.
I mean, you just click close combat. Close combat, U-turn, fake out, easy. All you need.
Yeah, pretty much, honestly. So yeah, mid ensure playoffs feels like a good place to be. Next up is Vesp, and she is coach of a nameless team. So that's always fun. So I put in NA for not available. Yeah.
Nameless team.
So she has drafted Mega Scissor, Victini, Clefable, Salamence, Thunderous, Sinistia, Gastrodon, Sceptile, Skuntank, and Trapinch, with Z, Sceptile, and Terra, Skuntank, Dark, Grass, and Flying. So,
Skuntank?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Base Skuntank is kind of good. Never thought about Terra Skuntank though.
I mean, Flying and Grass. So great into the ground type that will go for that comes into Skuntank. That's the best thing I can think of for the Terra.
Flying and Grass.
Yeah, sure. It's maybe a bit overkill.
Like you only need one like ground countermeasure.
Yeah, maybe something like Fairy was a good option as well, because you're not gonna hit poison types into a Skuntank normally.
Yeah.
So
Like
yeah.
Actually, risky. Holy, what an ice weakness.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
kind of big. And I mean, Mega Scissor and Victini, especially the Mega Scissor, can take ice hits pretty well. But having 4 weaknesses with Skuntank being Terra Grass and flying, kinda risky, honestly.
Oof.
So-
yeah, you're catching these ice beams for sure. I mean, I guess Gastro can take some. More like freeze dry is coming out also into the Gastro.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's 4 times weak to the freeze dry, so it will definitely not
Yeah.
appreciate it. Also, I
this team
see
has some hazards though.
it does have some hazards, but no spinner.
Just pop up it. Oh, true.
So,
Yeah,
very nice setting up the
Defoggers,
hazards. I mean, it's nice to set up the stealth works and the spikes and all, but you're gonna defog them away if you get hazard stacked in return. So,
Yeah, and your defoggers are the best ones. I mean, I've used Skuntank. It lives 3 hits max. Literally, it just doesn't survive. Also, like, Thunderous, you want to use it offensively, so defog isn't the greatest option. I guess defensive Mens is your best defogger.
no, I think
And that's
Scissor is the
only, like-
best. I think really Scissor is the best defogger. For real.
I disagree. I think defensive Mens goes super hard. Defensive Mens is super good.
I mean, defensive Mega Scissor as well. I mean, it gets Roost just to heal off the hazard damage. It gets the defog. It can still bullet punch and do a lot of damage. So
I
even
mean, but then you're using your like arguably strongest offensive piece for defense. Then you're relying on like Victini and like Thumby to deal all the damage.
I mean, don't forget about base 100
I
Trapinch.
see your point. Trapinch ain't doing shit.
I mean, Arena Trap and First Impression and Sucker Punch. I mean,
Alright.
last season it did claim some kills, honestly, so. But I
I
think
mean, if you're bad, if you lose a month to Trapinch.
skill issues, for sure. Now, something Vespa has used for week 1 very effectively is the Sinistia. That's a great mon to have, honestly. I mean,
Isn't this just good?
Heatproof,
Good mon.
Calm Mind, gets Machagacha to heal itself, it got Strength Sap to heal itself, Shadow Ball.
Sap is so good.
I mean,
Strength
it's
Sap is so cheap. I hate that move.
it's not reliable
It's
because
so good.
yeah, but it's not reliable. I mean, into something that has no physical attack stat or after 1 or 2, it's just really lowering the healing amount that you get. So
Yeah, but like if you're running it like a special attacker, you've already got like Coal Mine boosts. So like you don't really care.
yeah, okay, that's
And the Gotcha heals you back.
fair. So
this thing lives forever.
so yeah, a lot of offensive pieces: Scizor, Victinis, Mans, Thundy, Sinistia, Sceptile can all be offensive, but Scizor can also be defensive. Clefable can be defensive. Mans can be defensive. I think I really like this team, but the lack of spinners
I think
puts
it's
it
very
down.
Flexible.
That I think it's a very flexible team,
Yeah, they're not-
and yeah, the lack of spinners is
that-
the only
that
thing
really
bringing it
makes
down.
them. Yeah, I mean, I really like the team, but I would put that like top of playoffs contender. I don't think it's ensured playoffs.
Okay.
If I'm being completely honest.
Okay, fair enough. So, yeah, I can see why, with the lack of spin, with, I mean, 2 decent special defensive mons, with Clefable and Sinistia, I can see why. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so hold on, let me take a look at that speed. Can you sort by speed?
Yeah, of course. There we go.
Because this team looks kind of slow.
I mean, Sceptile, Thunderous, Victini, Salamence, all above 100. Mega Scissor doesn't really need speed because Bullet Punch. So it's still pretty fast.
I guess. I mean, like, it's got some alright speed. You know, it's not like the fastest. Like, base 100 and over is good, but since it's Natex, most Molons are gonna be speedier than if you're like playing Aldex, because then like the fastest Mon on most teams is like 120. Natex, most teams have like 140s, 150s. This tier is crazy.
Yeah, okay, but still, Sceptile on Burden. And again, Bulletproof, Scissor.
I forgot about that.
So, I don't think speed is the biggest issue, but I can definitely see this team make playoffs for sure. So that puts us over the halfway point already. Damn. Within the hour.
Oof. But, I'm sorry. If I get like a 15-minute break, I'll be back, I swear. I need to do something real quick.
Oh, no problem.
Take this next team.
Sure, I can take...
Alright, I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, just start talking and I can hear. And just jump in. So, next up, we have Jim Smoke's team, the Mr. Walrein Whites. And they have a Iron Bundle, Ferrothorn, Annihilate, Tapu Fini, Incineroar, Flygon, Escavalier, Vileplume, Mega Manectric, Unpheasant, and Solrock. With a Terra Flygon, Ground, Electric, and Fire, and a Z Unpheasant. Do I miss anything? No, not really. So, looking at this team, let's start with the speed tiers. Ooh, that's already a big gap between the Mega Manectric and the Flygon. That's like 35, so that's already a pretty big gap. And yeah, nothing that's really boosting speed for this team. Of course, you have setup for Flygon, and Solrock can be a setup mon. But yeah, speed-wise, I don't really like the speed tiers for this team. Looking offensively, I mean, these stats already say a lot. I mean, Escavalier 135, Ape 115, Incineroar 115, Unpheasant 115. Unpheasant even having super luck, so a higher crit chance. Flygon 100, Solrock 95 is pretty decent. On the special side you have Mega Manectric. You've got Mega Manectric, I'm talking Dutch in between. Mega Manectric, Iron Bundle, Vileplume, that's decent. Hazard wise, no Spinner again, so you know that's gonna bring down the rating overall. Decent options for Stealth Rocks and even a Spike Setter with the Ferrothorn, but again, only having a Defogger is really hurting that, so because you're just cleaning out your own hazards when you want to get rid of hazards on your side of the field. Something I do like is a good weakness spread. There's nothing really standing out to me. I mean, 3 fighting type weaknesses, but with an Annihilate, not a real big problem, I think. So yeah, the weaknesses are pretty well covered. Any input from you guys? I don't see anything, so I'll guess that's good. Yeah, honestly, I can see quite a few nice pieces, but I don't really see them fitting together. I mean, Mega Manectric on its own, in a vacuum, it's pretty good. I mean, it has a fast volt switch, it has some decent coverage with overheat, but yeah, I mean, momentum wise this team is pretty good. I mean, yeah, the faster things, the bundle gets flip turn, Manectric gets Volt Switch, U-turn, U-turn, U-turn. Fini does not get anything, and Incineroar goes U-turn. So momentum-wise, this team looks very decent, honestly. Yeah, just something I just noticed because, yeah. So this team can build up a lot of momentum and at the right time maybe go for a setup. I mean, Flygons, Dragon Dance, Annihilate taking small hits to boost up Rage Fist. I mean, U-turn in this thing does nothing, so catch 2 U-turns and your Rage Fist is already 150 base power. Defensively, this team looks pretty great, honestly. A lot of physical walls with Incineroar. I even consider Incineroar a physical wall with 90 base defense and Intimidate. And looking at the special defensive side, Fini, Ferrothorn as Cavalier, pretty decent. So no spinner on a bundle team is pretty brutal because you don't want to be spin locked, and the team is pretty flying weak, to be honest, with neither steel type resisting flying. Yeah, you're completely right, Paddy. So, where am I going to put the Mr. Walrein Whites? I do think they are gonna have a hard time, honestly. Like I said, defensively this team looks pretty well and it can build up momentum, but yeah, just those big gaps in speed, the lack of rapid spin. I think I'm gonna put it here after the or before the Moortown Morlulls, honestly, because yeah, I think they're gonna have a hard time because of those things. So yeah, let's move on to the next one, and that's gonna be King Bob, coach of the Bob Sniper, having a Landorus Therian, a Galarian Slowking, Megazord X, Primarina, Tangrowth, Empoleon, Rhyperior, Umbreon, Hitmonchan, and Misdreavus. Yeah, this. Rhyperior is Terra, Ground, Water, and Fairy. Hitmonchan is a Z Captain. At first glance, it looks pretty decent, honestly. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil if you haven't seen it, the week 1 result, because yeah, I'm not gonna be that one. Oh damn, this is a very slow team, as you can see. I mean, Megazord X being your fastest mon is kinda hard. I mean, you're pretty much tied to running at least one Scarf every week. And the options for your Scarf mons are basically Landorus Therian, I feel like, because Misdreavus, yeah, could be, but it's not. It can be a decent spin blocker, but offensively, I don't really see it. I see it more as a support option with Willow. And Hitmonchan wants to have that rapid spin on it because it's the only spinner. So, hey Jim, we just finished your own section indeed. So yeah. Let's have a look offensively. I mean, physical offense is pretty great. Special offensives are very good as well. I mean, yeah, okay, Zard is normally just a physical one because of Tough Claws, but Primarina, Empoleon, Slowking, Tangrowth, and Lando T can be run physical or special, so I'm not gonna hit on that too much. You have some Defog Punisher, that's something I really like with Empoleon, because competitive it just boosts that special attack by 2 stages, so that's great. I do like Rhyperior as Terra Captain. Removing that 4 times weakness to both water and grass type is just something very very necessary, because Solid Rock can't cover that entirely, I think. Yeah, Betty. Slowking can set up the Trick Room, but yeah. Defensively, the team is extremely solid. This is going to be a very frustrating team to break through. Yeah, I agree. Defensively, this team looks pretty solid. But I think getting a ghost type, great ghost offense into this after you break down Umbreon, and yeah, I mean Chandelure breaks through this team pretty easily, I guess. So, and yeah, because of the defenses, the defenses is what really saves it. And how much Trick Room does this team have? Let's have a look. Trick Room. Oh, the Misdreavers can set up Trick Room as well. So, yeah, having to run Trick Room every week is not a reliable strategy, I think. So, I'm gonna put the music a bit down. Nah, this is good. So yeah, defensively breaking this team will be annoying. I'm gonna put it at playoff contender, because offensively I can't really see this team do too much because of the lack of speed. So yeah, I think that's a decent spot to put it in. Next up, Zany. And Zany is coach of the Thunder Mountain Zarenas. Zany drafted a Chiyu, Zeraora, Hisuian Gudra, Reuniclus, Mousehold, Drifblim, Quaquaval, Mamoswine, Togetic, Whirlipede and Eldegoss, with Mousehold being Terra Normal, Steel and Dark, and Togetic being the Z Captain. Looking at the hazard situation, I immediately noticed that it's not the best. Mamo is basically forced into a stealth rock roll every week you want to run it, and I mean, hazards are a great way of chipping down your opponent's team. So yeah, Mamo being forced into that stealth rock roll isn't great. On the other hand, the removal on this team is absolute amazing, I think. Defog on the Togetic and the Drifblim is just very good. Spin on the Quaquaval and the Eldegoss is also very good. And you also have Mousehold tidy up, not only removing hazards but also starting setup for that thing. And yeah, being a Terra Captain is just that population bombs. Terra Normal population bomb will just wreck teams, I guess. Speed wise, a bit of a gap between Zeraora and Mousehold. So base 120 mons that are not that uncommon on teams can run Modest or Adamant, I guess. So that's not something great. The gap between Chiyu and Quaquaval is maybe a problem, but again. Petty, yeah, that's the disadvantage of teams with low speed tiers, like slower wall breakers will have a field day here. I do like the double spin and tidy up on a Chiyu team, but Whirlipede is a fairy resist is extremely rough. Yeah, I agree. Whirlipede, I mean, Yeah, it is a fairy resist, but base 40 HP is, I think, a bit lacklustering for something you need to run defensively to block any fairy type moves. I mean, your fire type isn't resisting fairies, your steel type isn't resisting fairies, so on the other hand you just have the Quavel as a weakness, but kind of hard, I think. Let's see, offensively this team looks pretty decent. I mean, Chiyu is a great wall breaker, Reuniclus. As a regenerator, does it have a regenerated core that I miss? Yeah, Eldegoss and Reuniclus. So it does get a regenerated core, which I definitely like. Defensively, ooh, that's rough. Defensively, only the Hisuian Gudra. On the special defense side, a bit better. I mean, lots better even. So, yeah, anyone... No, Paddy didn't say anything. He's the one putting the most out there, so... where to put this team? Do I see this team make playoffs based on what I've seen so far? I think I can see this team make playoffs, but yeah, at the end of ensured playoffs, honestly, because yeah, with that defense, no, I'm gonna put it at contenders, because yeah, that defensive stat without an intimidator, yeah, I think that's gonna be hard to really navigate decently, honestly. Let's go to the next one, the Nudgy Hampter, coach of the Nudging Hampters. His team consists of Mega Diancie, Cinderace, Skarmory, Nidoking, Hisuian Zoroark, Toedscruel, Araquanid, Shedinja, Chansey, Boltund and Murkrow. Again, for the Nudgy Hampter, Terra, Shedinja with Ghost, Electric and Steel, Boltund as a Z Captain. I have to say, ballsy move to get for that Shedinja again. I don't think last season it did all that well, but props for you to sticking to your guns and keeping it, honestly. Now, looking at the hazard situation, Nudgy is completely stuck as just... He got like all the hazard mons, honestly. He has so many options, and the defog situation is pretty great. Skarmory is a very good defogger because it takes neutral damage from Stealth Rocks. Toedscruel is... I've used it one season and I personally didn't really like it because it didn't have the best damage output. And because of that 4 times weakness to ice, it also was quite easily brought down with ice type moves. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the Toedscruel. There are a lot of better spinners, for sure. Offensively, this team looks pretty great. Mega Diancie and Cinderace are great offensive pieces. Nidoking with sheer force. I'm just not sure if you can afford to run Life Orb, but with Araquanid Sticky Webs, you even might. Hisuian Zoroark brings some great speed and special attack. Boltund I really like as a Pokemon, with both strong jaw and competitive. You can even switch into a defog with competitive, boost your special attack by 2 stages and just go for a special attacking stat. Chansey as a defensive wall is pretty decent. Can get knocked off, of course, but still. Yeah, your physical defense is kind of lacklustering compared to your special defensive stats, but
Oof, that water weakness kind of tough also.
welcome back. Yeah,
I
only
know.
the Araquanid indeed. And I was just looking at Paddy. If you're gonna draft Sidinja, then at least he has the right team for it between Core Change, Magic Bounce, Diancie, Spin, Toadscrew, and Defox Charm. For sure. I have to agree with that
I mean,
from
yeah,
Paddy.
I agree.
So there are a lot of ways
I
of
mean,
keeping
like,
hazards off the
everything's
field.
toxic in this.
Yeah, that's
So,
sure. So you either need, well, it can run Terra Steel, so
oh, okay.
Sandstorm and Toxic.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I see the play here with the Terra Steel
Yeah. Take away the Toxic.
damage.
So he's basically only weak to ground, fire, and fighting. And fire being
Ooh.
overlapping
A
type.
guy like me does Terra Poison.
Yeah, that's also a valid option indeed. So, but I do get why he wanted the Terra Electric, because with Air Balloon you are completely immune to any damaging moves.
True, true.
So I can
Also,
see
love
that.
Boltland.
Yeah, for sure. Bolted is a
Love
great
him.
mon.
I've used him once or twice. He's done good for me. I think Boltland is a good one. He's underrated.
For sure. I completely agree with that. I mean, Strongjaw is a great ability with all the biting moves he has. And even competitive has his niches with getting switched into defogs, for example. So
Yeah.
Bolted is
I mean, but
for
he's
sure.
pretty mid, like top tiers.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
Ace and Mega Diancie are like the best guys.
I mean, Skarmory defensively is a great option.
Gotta make him mid. I don't like him.
Yeah, I do, but that's personal opinion. A Rockronit being
Okay.
great to set up sticky webs for the Nidoking. So Nidoking can run Life Orb, Sheer Force.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
This team is quite good.
yeah. So, where to put it? I
I'd say
am.
bottom of insured playoffs, to be honest. I think it's a good ass team.
I'm putting it around mid because I do really like the pieces that it
You
has.
got some shitters on there.
Yeah, Murkrow.
I mean, Murkrow? Oof.
Murkrow's not the best, honestly.
Yeah.
You could have gotten
Chance
something
can also
better.
Get, like, broken perf easily.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, get a knockoff off, and that thing is basically ready to die by any
It's
physical
cooked.
hit. So, yeah, 4 more to go from now on.
Alright.
Patty says this might be one of my favorite teams here, though. And yeah, I kind of agree. But if it wasn't for the Murkrow and the Chansey, I would have put. I think. Yeah, it's close to a top contender, but I do like the 3 teams before it a bit better, in my opinion. So,
I agree.
next up, Elking, coach of the San Francisco Superiors. He has a team consisting of Skymin, Urshifu Single Strike, Glamora, Alomomola, Cyclizar, Orthworm, Mega Camerupt, Gramble, Spectrier, and Dodrio. And let's see, Orthworm, Terra, Steel, Ghost, and Electric. Dodrio being the Z captain. Well, I've talked enough. Time for you to talk.
Good ass team on my first look. Sorry, I'm chewing. 1 second. I think for a team built around Shaman, Sky, and Urshifu single, I think it's a very well built team. Since they got Glumora to like lower, to like get some chip, Orthworm also gets to spice up all the hazards up. I mean, Spectre can just like do big damage with specs. You can clean up with Shaman or vice versa. Urshifu, you got some huge breakers here. Like, your three best ones are like your three like top tiers. They're all very good breakers. You got a good regen core with Glim and Cyclizar. They kind of like resist each other's types. I mean, Cyclizar resists like the grasses and electrics and whatnot. The Terras and Orthworm are very good. I think Mega Rupt is underrated. I think is very good. I seen like one red on the typings. I think Cyclizar is a good remover, but the only remover is kind of tough. No, Mortal Spin also. But like, you're never like running Mortal Spin if you're not leading. But I think this is a good team.
I totally agree. I mean, Sheer Force Camerupt can break. Urshifu, Shaman, and Spectre are great breakers. The only mon I don't really like on this team is Gramble as the fairy type. Honestly.
Oh yeah, the only fairy, Gramble's kind of tough.
Yeah. So if he's
running Gramble, you need a secondary fairy.
that, yeah, I mean, it's a decent intimidator, but I mean, 120 attack with 45 speed. I mean, it can work, but mainly in Trick Room, I feel like. So, on the other hand, it can get quick feet and rattle boost. So, could be a bit faster. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Go on. Alright, I think your walls, like Ammo and Orthworm, I think they're kind of passive. Like, I like those two mons. I have used the Orthworm to, like, moderate success. It wasn't the best thing ever, but, like, it was height.
Mm-hmm.
But like, Orthworm is, like, except for body press, he kind of just, like, sits there. It's the same thing with Owl. You can get a Toxic off, they can flip turn out, but, like, they're just kind of passive. They don't do much.
Yeah, for sure. And again,
Well, your opponent can take advantage of that.
yeah, I mean, Gramble could be defensive with Intimidate, but I mean, not the greatest defensive mon. So defensively, I would pick something up because, yeah, defensively this team looks a bit weak, honestly. But that's my opinion. Something I do really love, by the way, is Dodrio as a Z captain. That thing is gonna take lives, honestly.
I think Dodrio is huge with like Z Sky Attack. I think that's the most damage you can do with a flying move. I think that's gonna do a lot of damage.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Sky Attack or Brave Bird? I'm not sure if it gets Brave Bird, but
it has to. Oh yeah, I can check.
I mean, a lot of flightless birds.
It gets Sky Attack, it gets Brave Bird.
Okay, great. So
and also like Z normal Giga Impact. Oof, that's gonna go hard.
I mean, you have to switch into either a Steel type or a Ghost type to really take the hit.
Yeah. Always gets Skull Bash. That's a fun move.
I mean, it's pretty frail, so
Bash, I would use that. A guy like me uses that.
I mean, base 70 defense, it can work. Power Herb, Skull Bash. So yeah, honestly, I think Alking does need to run a hyper offensive team most of the weeks, but
very much.
Yeah, do I like it more than Hunch's team? I don't think I like it more than Hunch's team. So I'm gonna put it second, and I mean, it's close to Hunch's team, but just not. I mean, if it was a bit bulkier, if Alamamol and Earthworm were less passive, I would like it a bit. I might even like it more than Hunch's team, but for now, this is decent, I think. So, Average, one of the moderators of the league, coach of the Melbourne Magearnas. Roaring Mid, Mega Gallade, Celesteela, Wochien, Swampert, Moltres, Galar Corsola, Regieleki, Vulpix, and Iron Moth as a team. Yeah, at first glance, this team also looks pretty offensive. With the Roaring Mid, Mega Gallade, Iron Moth, Regieleki. And
but you got some good defensive ones.
oh, for sure, Wochien, Celesteela, Moltres, Galar
Those are all good.
Galar Corsolas, pretty defensive with a EV with EV Light. If you say so, but I think it's a pretty decent spin blocker at least. So
I mean, you knock it off and it's cooked. Again, it's like one of those monsters that's cooked if you knock it off.
yeah,
Basically every EV Light one.
yeah, okay. And being a ghost type, getting hit for super effective damage kinda is ass for it, but still. And let me say, I really think it's funny he has a Vulpix for Sun for his Roaring Moon and Fire type moves on Iron Moth.
I mean, Sun is Sun, what can you say?
Yeah, I mean that thing is mainly there to set up Sun and either die or just switch out immediately. By the way, Wochien... Okay, fair enough. By the way, Wochien as the Terra Captain, Grass, Poison, Water, Corsola as the Z Captain.
Yeah, I was thinking. Oh, stinky.
I mean,
running Z on that.
like Z Destiny Bond or something like that.
What's that do?
Not sure. I mean,
Okay.
I can look it up. Pokemon.
Why did it search on Amazon? What the fuck?
Moves. And we go for Z move. Find Destiny Bond. Makes the Pokemon becomes the center of attention. Okay, that sucks. Honestly.
That sucks. Yeah.
I mean, that's great for doubles, but has nothing to do with rare singles. So,
Oh my god.
I mean, it could learn Spite. Spite. Spite fully restores the user's HP, so that could be decent.
Maybe they get Strength Sap.
Strength Sap. Raises defense by a single stage. So, yeah, not that bad.
I think he just like put it on there because he could. I don't think it's intended.
Yeah, I think as well. I mean, otherwise it would have been, I think, Vulpix. It's the only thing that can use C moves, so. But let's not focus on the Galarian Corsola all that much. Looking at his hazard situation, it's kind of mid. I mean, Corsola gets Stealth Rocks and Swampert gets Rocks. Moth gets T-Spikes and removal from the Moltres and the Eleki. So, not the best, not the worst, I guess.
I mean, the removal side is like alright. I think Moltres is a good remover. I used it and I used Eleki once. And Regieleki is honestly very good.
Eleki is very good, but
I think he only spins. But like he does way more than like his screens. You could run Specs if they have a bad ground type. You could run Scarf if you want to like super outspeed things. Like it does a lot.
as in, use 2 moves before your opponent can use only one, outspeeding that, something like that. Being that fast, you hitting twice before anything.
Two moves in one turn.
Oh, that's broken.
Yeah, it goes so fast it like laps around.
So, yeah, okay, Moltres, I think, is kind of mid, honestly, because it really relies on the boots, and once that get knocked off, I mean, it can't be that, it cannot be that reliable defogger for a team. So, you really have to be careful with Moltres. Honestly.
Getting slandered, I can't believe it.
I mean, Sorry, but
Oh yeah, I get it.
and if it's your only defogger, it's kind of tough, I think. So,
I guess.
but looking on the offensive
Oh,
side,
like on this team, the offense, right? Like, what does damage except for like delayed Roaring Moon and Moth? The rest just kind of sit.
Celesteela is a
Not gonna lie.
Celesteela can do quite some damage, honestly.
I forgot about that thing. Oh, I can see it.
I mean, Celesteela, in my opinion, is one of the best draft mons, honestly.
Fair.
I mean, it can fill multiple roles, so
I don't know. I think it's just because the only time I've played against it, I like cooked it with like Scarf Heatran or something, so I don't have a fond memory of it.
I mean, I've used it multiple times, and it can be a supportive lead seed set. It can be a more offensive autotomized set. Meteor Beam with Power Herb set. So it does have quite a few options, honestly.
Yeah, just fulfill some roles.
So yeah, looking at this team, I think based on the team alone, I think
it's a good team.
yeah, for sure. I would put it at low insured playoffs, honestly.
I'd do the same.
And otherwise,
But yeah.
we're gonna have a fight in the mod chat, and I really want to avoid that. So, I mean,
Let's see, I want to.
average is a mod, so yeah, I don't want to have
Mhm.
to fight him, honestly. I love Eliki here is as a fast screener plus spin into a setup threat like Moth, Moon, Gallade, and Meteor Beam Autotomized Celesteela. Yeah, for sure, Paddy. For sure.
Blade gets those SDs behind screens. He's dangerous.
I mean, it doesn't even have to use SD. It can also just agility and make sure it outspeeds. Base base 165 attack. I mean, it doesn't really need the sorted unless you really want to go for overkills. Honestly. Yeah, but let's go for the final two teams. We go for Kenny's team, coach of the Team Plasma Porygons. He does have a Golden Go, Garchomp, Rotom Wash, Terrapagos, and I am going to switch Terrapagos to his terrestrial form. Talonflame, Zarude, Fezandipity, Orbeetle, Wigglytuff, and Swalot, with Z, Orbeetle, and Terra, Fezandipity, Fairy, Water, and Steel. So, your thoughts?
Sorry, I'm chewing again.
Oh man. Are you taking this serious? Because I am taking this very serious.
I'm taking like halfway serious.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I will start off then. Hazard situation is pretty decent with both Chomp, Terrapagos, and Wigglytuff. I mean, you can switch between Chomp and Terrapagos as this week's Stealth Worker. You have spikes on the Chomp, you have sticky webs on the Orbeetle, even T-spikes on the Swalot, so you have something of every kind. Two defoggers with Talonflame and Rotom Wash is a great defogger, I believe. Not touching the ground. I mean, it's not touching the ground, so spikes and webs won't affect it. And it takes neutral damage from Stealth Rock, so pretty good. And Terrapagos as a spinner is pretty decent as well, I believe, because stab, rapid spin.
Yeah. I mean, this team relies on webs just from looking at the speed tiers or Talonflame, and I mean, I guess Talonflame is like the super fast mon, and like Zarude and Garchomp are like fast, but like not super fast if you get me.
Yeah.
And like Orbeetle with the webs, you kind of need that for the wash, kind of need that for the Golden Go. Nothing really outspeeds if it doesn't have the webs up, but I really like this team because kind of spreads out the points. You don't really have a bunch of like top tiers. You got like Garchomp and Gold, and I guess Road and Wash, but those are like the three like kind of top tiers. You've kind of I like not spending my points in like one mon, and I really like the spread out points. What do you even call it? Points. Cut. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Forget it. You got some good like mid tiers. I really love Zarude. I love Talonflame. I think Terapagos is a really good spinner, and Talonflame's a good defogger. You got great removal, and Zarude does a lot of things. So I think it's a good ass mon.
Yeah,
It's
for
a
sure.
good draft, and the low tiers are pretty good. The Swallow and Wigglytuff, and I guess Orbeetle. Those three, they're tough as hell. They're good.
For sure. I mean, Wigglytuff, I have a reason for drafting the Jigglypuff for wish support, and Wigglytuff can, I think, do that even better because it does have way better stats than the Jigglypuff. So I really like the Wigglytuff for wish support. Phasandipity is a very specially defensive mon and very hard to take down. So combine that with some other decent defensive pieces like the Rotom Wash. Orbeetle is a decent special defensive mon. So yeah, I think this team
And Golden Gold can like help with the hazards staying up.
for sure,
It's like the best blocker in the game.
for sure, for sure.
And also no red on the typing. Very good.
Yeah, it's always very nice to have. So okay, so where do we put this team?
I think it's a pretty good team.
This is my first league. Go easy on me.
Raises speed.
Sticky Web raises speed. What do you mean?
Store power.
What do you
See
mean?
Sticky Web on the Orbeetle, and then CM. You can stored power sweep.
For sure.
That's kind of tough.
For sure. To read the comments now. This is my first league. Go easy on me. This is really frightening, to be honest. Well, the last three might not come every match. The other 7 pair really well, and there's a lot of synergy and momentum there. Rotom Gold Chomp is goated combo. See Sticky Web raises speed, and let's just say Orbeetle gets Stored Calm Mind. Big fan of the team, and it might lack some immediate wall breaking power besides Chomp, but that's my only big critique. So yeah, where do we place it?
I agree with the wall breaking capabilities, but you can't underestimate Zarude. He goated. But I think I put this in.
Title contender?
I don't know about the top. Because like you're kind of missing out on power without setup. Because a Golden Gold doesn't really do much without Nasty Plot.
I mean, specs give it specs and the sticky webs up, and it does a lot of damage.
I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. You can decide.
I'm putting it at the highest ensure playoff spots.
Alright.
Just because you're not feeling it. I'm going for a middle way.
I ain't feeling it.
So,
I'm
finally,
eating at 1 a.m.
final team are the Rebellious Roseraids, coached by Gameboy. He has a Ogerpon Heartflame, Excalibur, Excadrill, Rabombi, Garganacl, Glastrier, Sableye, Gyarados, Manectric, Claydol, Basculin, with Terra, Glastrier, Ice, Fairy, and Water, and Sableye.
You got another Rabombi Garganacl fan. There was another team that had Rabombi and Garg on the same team.
Yeah, that's in our division.
But yeah. But I think this team benefits a bit more from grabs than the other one.
Let's have a look at the speed tiers. Yeah, I think so as well. Ogerpon Heartflame is pretty fast, but it gets easily outsped, I feel like, by by offensive mons. Manectric is pretty or decently fast, but I mean, if I look at the speed tiers, it feels just a bit slow, honestly. And that might be me.
I guess, but like Gyarados can DD, Bax can DD. You got webs, Exca can rapid spin. Basculin can run Scarf, I guess. And with the webs, Bax can low-key run Banded, and that's just gonna delete everything. And I think that's very funny.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, looking at this team, just on first sight, this team looks very threatening to me, honestly. Ogerpon, Baxcalibur. I mean, on this team, I do kind of like it, honestly. But, on the other hand, it's the only ghost resist he has. So ghost spam can run wild.
Ghost spam galore, holy.
I mean, no immunities and just Garg as a resist is kind of hard. Because ghost spam is pretty easy, I feel like.
And also Ribombee as the only fairy. That's kind of harsh. Because Ribombee, like, clicks Moonblast with 95 special attack. Well, like, it does not take... It's not defensive at all. It can't take a hit for its life.
No, for sure. I mean, 60, 70 in defenses, that's rough. Especially as your only fairy type.
Yeah, it's shite.
So...
I like Minek. I think it's a good one.
Oh, for sure.
With webs, it runs Specs.
Specs Lightning Rod, just absorbing electric type moves and dealing them out afterwards. And getting that...
I think Claydol without Terra is kind of trolling. So is Basculin. Basculin no Terra is also kind of trolling. But
I mean, Basculin is hurting hard.
I'd get one good mon. Instead of like Claydol Basculin, I'd get like one mon combined with those points. But that's just me.
I mean, Basculin, base 92 attack, adaptability, choice band. That thing can hit hard.
Yeah, but it could be Terra Water as well.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Glastrier is a...
It's like being in a grass type. What's it doing? What's it doing to my grass type?
I mean, Ice Fang?
It's banded. Comes in with a wave crash, that's 30. I'm chilling.
Switching into
My grass
Ogerpon.
type, I synthesis up.
But on the other hand...
U-turn. Outplayed.
But on the other hand, Glastrier is a, in my eyes, superior Terra Captain.
It's a better Terra Captain. But I think then you just like don't pick up Basculin.
Yeah, okay. I mean, could be better, of course. Gotta give you that.
That's just my opinion. I mean, you can do whatever.
So, Kenny, nobody will take it past me. Yes, my week one opponent who I played earlier today. So, apparently Kenny played Game Boy earlier today. What did you think about the team, Paddy? Some viewer interaction. Let's go.
Did you get cooked?
I can't remember, honestly. Yeah, Paddy won 4-0. Spoiler alert, by the way.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's a great team, honestly, on paper.
I think it's a good team, except for like Ribombee being only fairy and
Yeah.
Gargo only ghost resist.
I mean, it does have its weaknesses, I feel like. So I would put it on top of the playoff contenders.
I agree with that, actually. I was about to say the same thing.
So yeah, that makes this as our official power ranking with 2 top title contenders, 2 teams we think have a hard time, and everything else has a decent shot at playoffs actually. So this is a very balanced power ranking, I think, looking at this.
I mean, Slowbro team's just better, I gotta say. Slowbro just the better division.
I mean, I feel like...
No, don't say anything.
Okay,
No. Stay quiet.
I will. So yeah, I think that's the end of the stream. Let's see, Sword, this is just basically hyper offense. Only problem is how much they lack in special offensive mons. Pretty exploitable speed tiers without webs, since Exca, Bax and Drill are all chilling around 80s. Yeah. Scarf on other item, yeah. So
That's kind of what we said.
yeah, for sure. So I feel like this is like, yeah, very decent. So yeah, that brings us at the end of the power rankings.
And no garbage teams.
Yeah, for sure. Luckily, otherwise we would have some fights in the comments or in chat later. So
Someone wouldn't be happy.
yeah, I mean, and for good reasons. But I think we're gonna end the stream right here. I want to thank you, Cheeseburger, for coming out again and being my co-host.
No problem. Anytime.
I had a blast again, and yeah, I wish every coach in the division good luck and have a great season. And yeah, I see you all later. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.